clubs out there,
Yep.
and the response today, in the wet to start with, and across the 4 quarters, you must be reasonably happy.
Yeah, we're really encouraged. I mean, we're around the mark each quarter. I think the damage has been done to the contested ball count, a bit earlier than what we like. I mean, they're an experienced campaign group, so you've got to have your wits about you the whole time. We didn't score enough. We didn't, get our ball movement. But again, you've got a group that defends really strongly. Thought we just got a bit too entrenched in the contest and didn't find that sort of a balance at different times. Overall, our guys will take a lot away from that today. Coming up here, as we sort of said during the week, playing a really hardened group, it was terrific for us to come away. The weather held off, which was great in that sense. So, we've got some great exposure for some of our young guys with some more experienced campaigners from the Swans.
I want to ask you about Jared Pollock. You go back to October, you delisted him,
Yep.
and then you committed to re-rookie him. He's now in your round 1 calculations. You've been shocked by, when you think he played 5 games last year, you've been shocked by the turnaround from him?
No, I wouldn't say shocked. I'm pretty proud of what he's done, really. It's a hard pill to swallow, that one. Most clubs now tend to manoeuvre their lists around, accordingly. Jared, I had to have that conversation with him as to the reasons behind it. We're trying to open up another draft list spot, which, and you understand it doesn't sit comfortably, with guys, particularly the public sentiment, I think, that comes with it. I'd like to think that those lists would change, that you just end up with a list at some point in time. Because the manoeuvrability for us to go there once a player accepts that, they shouldn't have to be delisted and then re-rookied. If they're happy to do it and we're happy to do it, it should just be an automatic. That's another point. But I'm really proud of the way that he's come back, the shape that he's in. What he adds, he's a really intelligent guy when it comes to the football element of our game, and we've asked him to take on some mentoring of some younger guys in regards to the wing role. Been really pleased with what he's done through there. So I'm hoping that his year will continue to extend and deliver some benefits for not only him but for us as well.
Is he in your team right now for round 1?
Yep. Yeah, I think he's delivered what we've asked him to do. We've taken our time with him through the program because he has had some soft tissue. So I think Kevy's done a terrific job there in prepping him and getting him to that point. He's in round 1 as the first selection.
Jason Horne-Francis was pretty impressive. But is he likely to play more forward than midfield? He spent a lot of time down there today. Yeah,
I think so. Just the younger bodies. I mean, I know he's played in senior footy in SA. It's just a different element. They're faster, stronger, fitter sort of at this level. He'll still find his feet in the times that he will need to get him into the midfield. It'll just be working with him to be patient enough to pick the time to get him into the mid. But look, he handles himself really well. It's not that he's not ready, it's just the rigour of constant stoppage. I mean, today was a bit of a stoppage game in that sense. So you just don't want them to sort of get too beat up around the ball too early, because when he goes forward, he can catch it. He's great on the ground. But he had 4 shots today, so he can be a bit of a tool and a bit of a weapon for us going forward.
Tristan Sherry was pretty impressive today. How do you see the ruck combination working?
Yeah, I thought he was terrific. I think I've said before, he's probably one of our top 4 or 5 performers over pre-season. I think what you saw today was the reason we sort of held our ground really hard. Again, another guy really proud of what he's done. And I think he delivered, some terrific performance today. So I thought Todd was really well, worked really well today as well. That combination seemed to work well. So it's going to be a tricky one for us at match committee, because we've got CJ who can play forward as well. I thought Todd did well on the scoreboard a bit deeper, and I thought Tristan around the ground gave us that. We feel that one of his best elements out of the ruck is his second efforts, and that was on show today.
So we definitely play 2 of those 3?
Yep. Yeah, we'll play 2. Yeah, we'll definitely play 2. We have done for a while. I think part of the reason behind that is that we felt we can get more time into Nick as a forward. previously, in the early part of last year, we had him in the ruck. He was a bit gassed when he went forward. So it allowed us to keep him a bit more forward, and his result was terrific last year, so that works in his favour as well.
What's the latest with Coleman Jones? He hurt his knee against Melbourne, obviously didn't
He was, yep. He had a scan, he was clear, so it's just a bit sore in that joint, but nothing structurally. So I'm sure he'd be, look, had you been lining up for off a 9-day break into a round 2 or 3 or 4 game, he's probably playing.
What about Serha? He was in the squad, didn't make the trip.
No, a bit just general soreness from Cam. So we just decided to bring Ed forward, give us another look at a slightly different look with the forward line. It allows us that way to play a little bit smaller with Jack. We moved another mid into another spot up there as well. So, but yeah, Cam will be right. Will Phillips was ill, so you'd think he'll be putting his hand up for selection as well.
Josh Walker,
lost a couple of teeth. Yeah, I didn't have the phone, but yeah, they said there was an issue with his teeth, so I think he's. Is that right, Mick?
Yeah, he's gone off the dentist.
Yeah.
His teeth.
So.
Okay.
Bit tricky.
Yeah.
Don't know whether they were in or out when he came off, so can't help you with that.
You did the travel today.
Yep.
Same day. We know it's become part of the norm of COVID. What's the thought this year? Would you prefer to go back to up the day before, spend the night?
I'm okay with the day of the game.
Yep.
I think it depends on the timing of your game. Today probably is okay. We were at the airbase in Melbourne today at 8:30. It's probably not too bad. Players sleep in their own bed, own food. Bit of a later recovery back tonight. I think if it's any more than about an hour travel, I think you're then looking at going the day before.
Yep.
We did Tassie, which is a pretty good little hop for us a few times last year, and we seem to get into a pretty good rhythm. I think the players adapt as you go. We don't tend to make too much of an issue about it. If it's day of the game, you go and you try and get the job done, and then you're back and you're home. So, I think if there's some flexibility for us to be able to do it, the reason they stopped it at the AFL was planes getting delayed or not being able to get the team there. So everyone sort of started going the day before. But if there's flexibility to do it, I'm okay under consideration that we think it fits in our favour.